In today's video, we're talking about how I'm trying to give my street wanderings and photography some new purpose with the thought of beginning a new project. I've been wandering around a bit aimlessly this year, though obviously still enjoying the process of street photography, but think it's time for some new direction. If I look back over the work that I've produced over the past year, I tend to favour my travel photos over my street photography from England, and I think it's because when you travel, you work within limitations. I've said it before in a video that working within limitations can be really rewarding and forces creativity. And I feel like when you travel with a camera, you inherently just work within limitations, which is what I've been doing without even realising. You can only take as much gear as you can carry, so normally just one camera, one lens. You only have as much time as you have there, and if you're shooting film you have a limited amount of shots unless you can go and get some more. So over the past few weeks I've begun to recognise this and think it's time to set some loose rules for my street photography and begin a new project. So I kick-started things with a day in London. Now you've probably seen the first few images for this project and you're probably thinking, what camera am I using? And I've decided that for this project I'm going to shoot film and I'm going to shoot 35mm only. So I'm actually using my first ever film camera that I've had for probably about 6 or 7 years now, which is this, the Olympus OM-1. Really basic film camera, quite cheap. I think I picked it up for about £120, and that was 6 or 7 years ago. So because I've had this camera for so long, it does feel like an extension of me now, and that was a really important part for this project, is to use a camera that doesn't get in the way, so I can just focus on taking the pictures and really just immersing myself in my surroundings. So for the most part I'm using quite a high aperture, around f8, and the reason for that is I want everything to be in focus, that when I lift up the camera, take the picture, I don't really have to work very hard to focus. The trouble with that is, in England especially, you need to be quite a sunny day or you need to use quite high ISO film. So the film stock I've chosen for this project is actually motion picture film, and it's this Kodak Vision 500T. 500T is a tungsten balance film, which means that when you shoot it in the daytime, it typically gives you a cooler image. You can shoot this with a warming filter to warm the images up, but what I've been doing is shooting it without one and then warming it up in Negative Lab Pro. It gives you quite a unique look, I find. I've experimented with loads of film stocks over the years, but I keep coming back to Kodak Vision 3 because it's relatively affordable. So I buy mine from eBay. It's from a guy who respools it for you. You can buy bulk rolls of this stuff and then respool it at home, which is something I haven't done yet, but definitely something that I might look at doing for this project. But the main reason is for the look of the film. I just love the way that this film looks. It's really common in cinema, so I think that actually it's a bit of a cheat code for getting your images to look like stills from a film straight off the bat. It's also great to edit with after being scanned in for a few tweaks in Lightroom to make things more consistent. Shooting motion picture film comes with its own set of challenges though, as it needs to be developed in slightly different chemicals to regular colour film. The process is called ECN2 and it involves an extra step of removing a layer called remjet. Remjet is a dark protective layer that was designed to prevent static build-up on old film cameras as the film would pass through the cameras at rapid speed. It also acts as an anti-halation layer to prevent blooming and the red glow that you see in highlights, typical of films like Cinestill. Over the past couple of years I've seen quite a few labs pop up that do ECN2 development now, but typically it's a bit more expensive and takes a bit longer. So I've decided to do the whole thing from start to finish at home, and I've bought the Bellini Photo ECN2 development kit, which normally takes me around 10 to 12 minutes to do a single roll. So after shooting a couple of rolls to get this idea off the ground, I put forward maybe 1 or 2 images from this session that are portfolio worthy. The end goal with this project is to produce a photo book, and I'll probably include some of my past work that I've shot with this film stock in London as well. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and can join me for the next one. I want to do some more detailed videos documenting the process of a photo project, how I'm developing this film at home, how I'm scanning it in and converting the negatives, that kind of thing. If you're interested, please leave a comment and support my channel with a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.